Too many of us spend our lives waiting for someone to rescue us, waiting for a miracle, waiting for the stars to align, waiting for a sign from above. We look around at the world, at our struggles, and we hope for someone, something, or even God himself to come in and fix it all for us. But I want to tell you today that nobody is coming to save you. Now, don't misunderstand me. I believe in faith. I believe that God is always with us, and I believe that there is divine intervention in the most unexpected of ways. But the truth that we must confront is that God has already equipped you with everything you need to save yourself. He didn't create you to be dependent on others to fight your battles or solve your problems. He created you with purpose, power, and potential. Everything inside of you is enough. Stop waiting for someone to walk into your life and make everything better. The truth is that you're not waiting on a knight in shining armor to come and pull you out of the darkness. The light is already inside of you, waiting for you to step into it, waiting for you to realize that you are the one you've been waiting for. You see, the solution to your problems, the answers to your questions, and the strength to rise above every challenge is not somewhere out there, it's already within you. You have everything you need, but you must make the decision to activate it. It's in your mindset. It's in your resilience. It's in your determination. The reason some people get through the darkest times and rise above their circumstances is not because they had help or because someone stepped in to save them. It's because they decided they would be their own savior. They decided that they would not stay down when life knocked them down. They decided that no matter how tough things got, they would keep fighting. And I'm telling you today, you can do the same. You were born with the strength to handle the battles that have come your way. You may have felt like you were too weak, like you couldn't handle it, but that's because you've been looking outside of yourself for help. Once you realize that the power to overcome is already within you, you'll stop looking for someone to rescue you. You'll stop feeling like a victim of your circumstances. You'll stop believing that life is happening to you and realize that you are the one making life happen. Take a moment and reflect on everything you've gone through. Think about the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, when you thought you'd never make it. But here you are. You made it through because you had the strength inside of you all along. Now think about where you're going. Think about the future that lies ahead of you. That future doesn't require someone to swoop in and make everything right. It requires you to step up, to rise above your fears, to dig deep and claim the victory that's waiting for you. God gave you everything you need. It's not a matter of whether or not you have what it takes. It's a matter of whether or not you will choose to act on it. You are your own savior because you were created with everything you need to overcome, to achieve, to grow, and to prosper. The path is yours to take. And you are the one who will carve it out with your own hands, your own faith, and your own persistence. Stop waiting for someone to step in and do for you what you were created to do for yourself. You have to make a decision today. You have to make a decision that you will no longer wait for someone else to make things happen for you. You are the one you've been waiting for. The key to your breakthrough, the solution to your struggles, the answer to your problems is all locked inside of you. And when you realize that, when you take hold of the power that's already in your hands, that's when you will start living the life you've always dreamed of. There is a moment in every person's life when they must decide to take ownership of their actions, their choices, and their destiny. We often live in a world where it's easy to blame others for our struggles, our setbacks, and our shortcomings. We've been taught to look outward for solutions. If only my boss were more understanding, if only my family had supported me more, or if only the government would do something. The problem with this kind of thinking is that it takes away your power. It makes you believe that your future is in someone else's hands, that your happiness, your success, and your peace of mind are determined by external factors. But today, I need you to understand something crucial. The power to change your life lies in your hands alone. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop looking around for someone to blame, you stop pointing fingers at others, and you stop waiting for someone to come and fix things. Taking responsibility means taking control. It means that you recognize that every choice you make shapes your future. Every decision, big or small, contributes to the life you are living right now. And when you own that power, you stop being a passive participant in your own story, and you become an active, intentional creator of your future. But let me be clear, responsibility isn't just about making better decisions, it's about accepting the consequences of the decisions you've already made. Too often we try to run from the consequences, hoping that somehow things will work out without us having to face the reality of our actions. But when you accept responsibility, you also accept the reality of your past and the opportunity to change the narrative moving forward. You can't rewrite the past, but you can write a new future. You have the power to decide what happens next. Taking responsibility is also about embracing the discomfort that comes with growth. We all want to avoid pain and we all want to avoid failure, but growth doesn't happen without some discomfort. Growth doesn't happen without facing hard truths and hard choices. When you own your life, you own the discomfort that comes with change, the discomfort of being uncomfortable, the discomfort of having to push yourself beyond where you are. Responsibility isn't about being perfect, it's about being willing to show up, even when it's hard, even when it hurts. It's about doing the hard work, even when no one is watching, because you understand that your future is worth it. Responsibility also means that you understand that your happiness is your own responsibility. We often wait for others to make us happy, thinking that a relationship, a promotion, a new car, or more money will bring us the fulfillment we seek. But the truth is, happiness is not something that can be given to you by someone else. It's something that you must create for yourself. It comes from making peace with who you are, accepting yourself, and doing the work necessary to create the life you want. If you are waiting for someone else to make you happy, you're going to be waiting a long time. Your happiness is your responsibility. The power of responsibility also lies in your ability to rise above the circumstances that try to define you. The world will always try to box you in. It will try to label you based on your past, your mistakes, and your failures. People will try to keep you down, remind you of where you've been, and tell you that you're not good enough. But when you take responsibility for your life, you stop allowing those voices to dictate your worth. You stop letting your circumstances define you. Your responsibility is to rise above your past and claim your future. Let's talk about the responsibility of your relationships. So often we think that our happiness depends on others, on our friends, on our partners, on our family. While relationships are important and while they can add immense value to your life, you are ultimately responsible for how you show up in those relationships. You are responsible for how you treat others, for how you manage your emotions, and for how you communicate. No one else can make you happy unless you decide to take responsibility for your own emotional well-being first. The same goes for your work, your health, and your success. You are responsible for showing up as your best self in every area of life. This idea of taking responsibility for your life doesn't mean that life will always be easy. It doesn't mean that everything will fall into place right away, but what it does mean is that you are no longer waiting for someone to swoop in and save you. You are no longer a passive observer in your own life. You are taking the reins. You are stepping into your power. You are choosing to make decisions that will lead you to the future you desire. And even when things get difficult, even when the road is hard and the obstacles seem insurmountable, you keep going because you know that the power of your life is in your hands. Taking responsibility means you understand that your actions today will shape your tomorrow. It means that you are no longer a victim of your circumstances, but an architect of your destiny. You take full ownership of where you are now, and you make the commitment to take the steps needed to create the life you truly want. The moment you take responsibility for your life, you will begin to see your power and your potential and your purpose in a new light. You will stop waiting for someone else to make things happen, and you will realize that you have the ability to make it happen for yourself. That's the power of responsibility. There are moments in life when everything seems to be falling apart. You're faced with obstacles that feel insurmountable, with challenges that test the very core of your being. It's easy to look at those struggles and see them as setbacks, to feel like they are simply obstacles standing in the way of your success, your happiness, your peace. But I want to challenge you to see your struggles in a different light. I want you to understand something that many miss in the heat of the battle. Your struggles are not your defeat, they are your strength. We often associate struggles with weakness, with failure, with pain. We wish they would go away, we wish we could escape them, and we wish that life could be easy. But growth doesn't happen in the absence of struggle. Growth happens in the presence of it. Think about the times when you grew the most, when you became the strongest version of yourself. Was it during the moments when everything was easy? Or was it when you were pressed to your limits, when you had to dig deep to find the strength you didn't even know you had? The truth is, your struggles are shaping you into the person you are meant to be. When you go through a storm, it's easy to think that it's only there to break you. But the reality is, that storm is also there to build you. It's in the toughest times of your life that you discover your real strength. The struggle that feels unbearable in the moment is the very thing that will shape your character, your resilience, and your ability to overcome future challenges. You've been through battles before. Think back to the struggles that seemed impossible. The times when you thought you wouldn't make it. Yet, here you are today, stronger and wiser than before. Those battles didn't break you, they built you. Understand that strength doesn't come from comfort. Strength doesn't come from an easy life or a smooth journey. True strength is forged in the fire. Every trial you face is a step towards the greatness that is inside of you. Your struggles are the heat that refines you, the weight that strengthens you, and the pressure that creates diamonds. Without the hard times, you wouldn't have developed the muscle you need to carry the blessings and the responsibilities that are waiting for you. Without the struggle, you wouldn't know the depth of your own resilience, the capacity of your own heart, and the power of your own spirit. It's also important to remember that no struggle is wasted. Every difficulty you face has a purpose. Even the times when you feel like you're going in circles or that you're not making progress, there is growth happening beneath the surface. You may not see it right now, but your struggles are molding your future. You may be in a season of difficulty right now, but that season is preparing you for the future you're destined to live. The lessons learned in the hardest moments are the ones that stick with you the longest. And the wisdom you gain through your struggles will be the foundation for everything that comes next. Don't look at your struggles as a sign that you're doing something wrong or that you're being punished. Sometimes our struggles are a sign that we're on the right path. Think about it. If everything were easy, if everything went according to plan, would you really grow? Would you become who you are meant to be? Would you ever stretch beyond your comfort zone? Would you ever realize your potential? It's the struggles that push you past your limits, that force you to rise higher, that show you just how much you're truly capable of. Your struggles are not your punishment, they are your preparation. Your strength isn't defined by what you've accomplished without effort. Your strength is defined by how you rise after every fall, how you keep moving even when you feel like giving up. It's not the victories that make you strong. It's the times you were knocked down and found the courage to stand up again. Strength is found in perseverance. It's found in holding your head up high, even when the world is trying to bring you down. Strength is found in resilience, the ability to keep going despite the odds. And let's not forget that struggles also teach us empathy. When you've been through hardship, when you fought battles that no one else may understand, you gain a deeper understanding of others. You become more compassionate, more willing to help those who are struggling in ways that you once struggled. You become a living testimony of the fact that if I can make it through this, so can you. Your struggles then not only shape you, but they also empower you to be a source of strength for others. You can now offer a hand to someone else who's facing a challenge or in faith. The very thing that tried to break you can now be helpful. The key to understanding your struggles is to stop seeing them as burdens and start seeing them as blessings in disguise. The challenges you face today are making you stronger for tomorrow. They are helping you build the character you'll need to sustain the success that's coming your way. You cannot have the mountaintop experience without first going through the valley. The struggle is part of the process. It's part of your journey. When you look back on your life, you won't remember the easy days. You won't remember the days when everything went according to plan. What you remember are the moments when you felt like you were at your breaking point, that you found a way to keep going. Those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that show you who you truly are. Your struggles have made you the person you are today, and they will continue to shape you into the person you are meant to be. In conclusion, I want you to remember this: your struggles are not there to defeat you, they are there to develop you. Every challenge you face, every obstacle that seems insurmountable is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You are not defined by what you've been through, but by how you rise above it. The power you need to overcome any struggle is already within you. And when you embrace your struggles as opportunities for growth, you begin to understand that you were never meant to be a victim of your circumstances. You were always meant to be the victor. So the next time life knocks you down, don't stay down. Stand up and recognize that the strength you need is already within you, growing and developing through every challenge. Your struggles are your strengths. They are your preparation for the greatness that lies ahead. Keep going, keep pushing forward, and know that every step you take through the storm is one step closer to your victory.